We're going to adjust our mentality, our way of thinking each and every day and not get into the bad habits, right? If you allow the bad habits physically or any other way, things go out of whack. They get misaligned and then something has to adjust them. It is far better to maintain these things on a daily basis, to always be, right, adjusting your thinking. And so the primary thing is that you have to have some sort of standard that's going to determine what good thinking is for you. It's not going to be the same for everybody because the challenges are not the same for everybody. There's a lot of people who have a lot of emotional issues because of the past, right? Because of the pain of the past, they have a lot of emotional issues. There's other people who are dealing with fears. There are other people who just dealing with a bad attitude in general, and they tend to be negative, right, towards themselves. They have a negative outlook on life. They don't believe things are intended for them. They believe success is for somebody else, not for them. They believe it's always going to be an uphill climb. They believe it's going to be too difficult. They believe they don't have the wherewithal to get what it is that they want. These are all poor attitudes, bad mental posture. You're sitting wrong in your head. You're walking wrong in your head. And so when it gets too bad and starts to affect you emotionally and you start to get all depressed about it, well, that's when you start, contacting somebody to get some help. Well, let's not get it to that place. I had this happen in a coaching call I did for a music academy. And one of the students in the group had asked a question about this very thing, about attitude and whatnot. And I remember noting to them, because they were struggling with a lot of, real negativity and sadness. And I said, I'd been talking for about a few minutes. And I said, even right now, as you're listening to me, you're feeling more positive, aren't you? And he said, yes, I am. Well, why is that? Has anything physically changed about your circumstances? No, nothing has changed. I've only been talking with you for a few minutes. So why would you suddenly feel better when nothing has actually tangibly changed? You haven't changed. No, I said, here's the difference. The difference is because I'm speaking, and because I'm speaking, I'm taking over your thought processes for just a few minutes. I have captivated your thought. And so your feelings are immediately, within minutes, going to follow whatever is your consistent thought. That's an important thing to understand. Your feelings, your emotions are going to follow your consistent thoughts even within a few minutes. There's nothing much else that you can do. I don't think that you can do even physically that's going to help you feel better that fast than adjusting your thinking. We say, well, CJ, I have a struggle adjusting my thinking. My thoughts run wild. Well, then you introduce speech, right? You start to then speak out. That's why I've said in previous series, it's important for you to have that standard. You have to have, maybe written down a whole bunch of positive statements that relate specifically to you that you can refer to when you're struggling. When you find your mind is confused and you just can't quite get things together, if you have a written sheet of positive affirmations that you can start to speak out loud, so you don't have to come up with them, they're already there. Speak them out loud, add some emotion and volume to it, move your body, walk around as you say these things over and over for just a few minutes, your feelings are going to begin to change. Your attitude is going to begin to adjust. So I would be doing that every day if I were you. I wouldn't wait. I would do that every day. Even if you feel positive that morning, do it. Do it at least those 3 times a day. When you get up, first part of your day, midday, and at night. Even if you have to mutter them under your breath while you're at work, do that. Get these things memorized so you don't have to try and come up with something new. Have memorized mantras, memorized confessions, memorized positive affirmations that you can continually appeal to, so that you can adjust your attitude and mindset in the moment and get your feelings to immediately change. Can you dig it? I hope you can.